What is going on, YouTube? We are back. We're back on Past the Prop here for this huge MLB slate coming at you guys for this Monday edition show. Man, they actually loaded us up on this Monday. I'm actually really excited for this one. There's games that I love. There's some huge dogs on this slate. Pretty much everything you could possibly ask for. Joined as always by my guys, Stu. What's good, man?
Yeah, no, like you said, I always wake up on Mondays kind of like praying we get a good slate because obviously I know we're doing Press the Prop. I know we're going to be talking baseball today, but they did bless us finally. We have a very nice Monday slate. Like you said, lots of different options, got some ace pitchers on the mound. It should be a good day. I'm definitely excited to, keep it going, start out the week on the right foot.
Yeah, I believe we had a 1-in-1 day for both of us on our last show. Going back to that one, I'm really pissed about my guy, Anthony Santander. He got a hit and a run on his first AB and found a way to not get there. Got a walk in there, had a guy on third base with less than 2 outs, popped out. Like, it was just really, really frustrating. Fortunately, my boy, Kodai Senga, just absolutely nuked. 10 strikeout game, looked awesome. Came through for us on there. So completely zeroed out. Again, with these plus money spots, I'm happy that we don't lose anything on the juice. And yours, I believe we went 1-1 as well.
Yeah. McMahon let us down right here. Harper with the hit. McMahon with a nice 0-for-5 day. It always hurts when they get that extra at bat and let you down on the last one. But yeah, this one was the L right here. Unfortunately, and then Keibert Ruiz did come through for us. Multi-hit game once again. Had an RBI as well. Definitely love betting on my guy Keibert whenever I can. Not against Kevin Gausman, but against most pitchers. So tune back in Wednesday if you want more Keibert Ruiz props.
Yeah, no, I saw the Nationals have Gausman today. But I do want to give shout-outs to my boys. Spencer Strider, another phenomenal outing for us. I'm seeing around plus 220 for his Cy Young. So we got in at 350. Obviously really happy with that movement here. We really, really got to hope for them Dodgers tonight, my guy. Just absolutely nuke Zach Gallen. I want him to give up 10. I want him to have 1 strikeout. Maybe he gets Muncy because the dude either hits a bomb or strikes out. So let's go, 10 earned, 1 strikeout, 12 whip. Let's get this dude out of there in the first. And just watch Spencer Strider in Coors. That's going to be a fun one there. Braves totals in these series is going to be insanity. 12.5 total again tonight. And that's with Gomber, who's probably their number 1 at this point in how he's been pitching, which is just scary to say.
Yeah, no. Oh, boy. That is a crazy statement to think through. But I guess, at this point, hey, with how bad that rotation is, anything's possible. But I agree. We're going to see some crazy totals. And are we going to see like a 4.5 hits, runs, RBIs for Acuna? We're going to start seeing new records set with some of these lines.
Yeah, Acuna today, minus 140 over 2.5. And that's with Gomber, who technically, I guess, is their one, at least in the second half. Actually been pretty good. I just can't bet a lot of these Coors lines, man. They're just so tough. For me to want to bet at this number. So scary spots, but obviously expect the Braves to put on a show here. So let's get it rolling here. Favorite game of the slate, Stu, where are we looking here?
Yeah, I wish it was my Nationals, but we're probably going to get crushed today. So it's probably not going to be my Nationals. For me, I think it's probably got to be this White Sox-Orioles game. We talked about Grayson Rodriguez, these last couple starts coming in, someone we're both, I think, kind of fans of a little bit at this point. Obviously, Kopech has been a guy we faded multiple different ways, especially with that recent form coming in. I think that game, it's one of those that we always talk about. It has a very wide range of outcomes. We could see these guys get crushed. We could genuinely see a pitching gem from both of these guys. We know they have it in them, right? We know they have that upside. A lot of different possibilities. I'm thinking we get a lot of offense today. That's what I'm hoping for. But that's definitely going to be one of my big screen games tonight.
Yeah, I think it's got to be the Dodgers and my boy Gallen there facing off against each other. Obviously got money on the line with Strider now. So I do want to see Strider get that NL Cy Young award. And this is going to be a game that he's going to have to get some help, right? Get some help from those Dodgers and come through for them. So I really like that game as the late night hammer. I do have Bobby Miller in fantasy as well. It is the last week before playoffs. So your boy needs some help from these guys. 2 games out. from that last spot. Need a showing here. Have him and Chris Sale going today. So gonna need some loving from that offense. Gonna need some numbers put up by my boy Bobby Miller and Chris Sale. So excited spot. I guess we can go into some dogs here. Obviously, you guys can tell I'm on my phone here, so I want to make sure we get this full show in before technical difficulties take over. Dog of the day, Stu. Where are you headed?
For me, I think it's got to be the Reds. Reds against Giants. We got the Giants. I know, listen, Harry, obviously top prospect on the mound right here, made his first start in his last outing, looked very good. He's going against a guy in Abbott, though, that also was a former top prospect and actually has a whole season of proven being very good so far, right? Like, I think that's one of those games where when I looked at the odds, I expected even, on both sides, and to be getting plus money on the Red side with the more experienced pitcher. I was pretty happy with that. And obviously we know the Giants love to load up those righties. We know they played the platoon very hard, but Abbott's been very good. 238 OBA against righties so far this season, which is obviously very, very good for a rookie. Good for anyone, but very good for a young guy like him. So excited to see that match turn out. And yeah, I think that'll be, I was going to say your game was kind of the obvious game of the day, but I don't ever pick the late games. If you didn't notice, like I do pick what is actually going to be on my big screen tonight. And I'm going to sleep at, 11 o'clock, which means we're probably making it halfway into that game. This is a late night game. I'd rather just wake up to the Reds money in my bank account.
Yeah, not many real good dogs today, honestly, because it's like minus 102 to minus 118 or plus 200, right, with a couple of these dogs. So I'm going with my Brewers at plus 105. I think that this is an absolutely great spot. I know everybody's going to be like Wade Miley, old shit, blah, 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 but whatever. This dude has actually not been bad. He does not have good numbers, don't get me wrong. I mean, but ERA and limiting runs is what he's been doing, and he's been doing a pretty damn good job at it. So it's tough for me to want to roll with Jameson Taillon in Wrigley where he struggled. And Wade Miley is going to keep them on the ground. That's how he pitches. That's really what he's good at. And I think that if it comes down to that bullpen versus bullpen, Alzolay versus Williams, taking Williams, comes to those middle relieves, they're going to be rolling out Julian Merryweather. I don't know if you know this, but the Brewers have 4 relievers under a 3 ERA, 3 of them under 2. Right, Hobie Milner has come in and got lefties out. Piamps is a fucking beast. Peguero's been awesome, and obviously Devin Williams being one of the top closers in the MLB. If it comes down to that, it's going to be a fun showing for the crew tonight. And yeah, I think that we both got some good dogs on this slate. And these are big games for both teams, obviously fighting for playoff spots.
Yeah, Brewers have like the longest win streak in baseball right now, right? And nobody's talking about it because, like we said multiple times on the show, your team is kind of boring. And it feels like not that many people care about him. And it feels like the pricing hasn't caught up to that, right? It almost feels like the Cubs are still being priced like they're the hottest team in baseball, which isn't the case right now. So I agree with that look. I was hoping, I'm going to be in Chicago this weekend. I was hoping I'd be able to catch your Brewers down there, but it looks like I'm going to miss that series, unfortunately. But I agree with you in this one. I'm riding with the Brew Crew.
Yeah, no one wants to talk about them, but the Brewers are not boring right now, man. They're scoring runs. That's the thing is you got probably, in my opinion, obviously I'm very biased, but is there a better 3-headed monster at the top of a rotation at this point in the league? I don't think so. You get the top guy, you get maybe 2, but you're not rolling with a Woodruff, Burnt, and Peralta is throwing up zeros. It is tough. Like I said, all I need him to do is go 5-6 innings. You get to that, you get the heavy hitters out of the pen, and it's going to be a fun one there. No one's talking about my guy here, rookie, Abner Uribe. Get that name in your head. You watch a Brewers game, and it comes out, and the pitcher comes out before the 6th inning, or it's a close game towards the end, tied up ball game. We might see Abner. Dude's throwing a 103-mile-an-hour sinker right now, guys. This dude is an elite talent, very young, but a guy that you're definitely going to want to keep your eyes on. He's going to be like that guy like Duran there that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, it's unfair. It feels like you guys spawned these guys. My Nationals bullpen's still throwing like 91 all the time. So congrats that you got all these guys throw 100. Definitely like the look to that.
Yeah, let's get it moving. Let's get it rolling right into our slate picks today. I'll kick it over to you to start us off with the plus money spot.
Sounds good. We're going over to Julio Rodriguez over 1.5 total bases in a very good matchup today. This is one of those spots. Obviously, hits, runs, RBI is kind of my preferred batter prop. But to be able to get this at plus 100 was very surprising to me, especially with hits, runs, RBIs, being very juiced up at minus 165. When I compared them and I looked through the game log, Julio, whenever he hits his total bases, he normally hits his hits, runs, RBIs. And whenever he doesn't hit his hits, runs, RBIs, he normally doesn't hit the total bases, right? I know you see those kind of patterns with guys. I know Alec Boehm is one I have that with as well, of like, I'm just never going to play the hits, runs, RBIs. I'd rather play the total bases. Another thing we always talk about with hits, runs, RBIs is the general offense around you, right? I don't like this Mariners offense as much as I like some of these other guys, right? The RBI potential with JP Crawford in front of you just isn't as strong as some of these Braves, Orioles that we love to talk about. So that's why I picked the total bases over the hits, runs, RBIs. I went to that first because I'm sure all of you guys know this. Julio Rodriguez is the hottest hitter in baseball right now. Absolutely crushing it. Had a little bit of a slow start to the season. I see you're mad already. I'm sure you're going to name like Anthony Santander or some stupid answer as your guy. The point is Julio Rodriguez sitting 419 over his last 30 games, coming in over 400 over his last 15 games. That's an absolutely insane rate. Obviously, we saw those 17 hits in like 4 games a little while back. He's clearing it up right now. And obviously, we get a matchup against arguably one of the worst starting pitchers in the league right here in Mueller. Oh, my God, those stats. 82 hits in 59 innings. Just looking at that is pretty brutal. 70 ERA is pretty brutal. When you go over to the Baseball Savant, guys, it does not get any better. First percentile, XBA, X slugging, hard hit rate. I mean, all of these stats are absolutely terrible. What I like to focus on, his four-seam fastball, he throws it 50% of the time. And it has a 400 opposing batting average. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. He's throwing a pitch 50% of the time that people are absolutely crushing from both sides of the plate, right? It's lefties and righties. Righties are doing most of the damage here, obviously, just because they're going to be playing the splits most of the time. So we get an absolutely insane hitter right now. By the way, Julio, 300 against the four-seam fastball so far this season, 10 run value, his highest of any pitch by far. That tracks to last season as well, 309 with a 7 run value. Crushes that pitch. He's going to see it 50% of the time right now. He's seeing the ball well, 400 over this last month. I don't know what there isn't to like about this, especially at plus money.
Yeah, and so since obviously we're trying to move this one a little bit quicker, I'm going to do both my plays next. Both of them are related. And the reason why I gave you that look was because the guy I'm telling you about in this game is the hottest hitter in baseball, right? So I'm going Austin Gomber not to record a win with Javier under 5.5 Ks. And then my second play is going to be the Red Sox first 5 full game plus 125 over on DraftKings. Hottest hitter in baseball has got to be Adam Duvall. My Lord, this dude is dropping tanks every game. 5 homers in his last 7 games. He's got ribbies in 6 of those games as well. Multi-hit games for a guy who doesn't usually do that. He is doing it with power, right? That's why I gave you that face, because I was literally about to talk about Mr. Duvall in this one. My thing is I came on here on the show, last show, and I told you, Lance Lynn is going to have his hands full, ain't he? And he got rocked by this Red Sox team because he can't get lefties out. Javier does the same thing. He's the same type of pitcher. The reason why I'm going on the under 5.5 Ks in this one is because he strikes out righties at a 27% clip. Let's go to lefties. His lefties is 15%, 28% to righties, 15.5% to lefties. What are we going to see here? An absolutely loaded left-handed lineup. The entire top of this lineup. Verdugo swinging the bat well. Yoshida doesn't strike out. You got Casas who's swinging the bat well. You're mixing in Justin Turner with a low strikeout rate right in the middle there. You want to go down even further. You got Rafael Devers, man. They're rolling him in the 2-hole, right? This is going to be a tough spot. You obviously have a really hot hitter in Pablo Reyes as well. You go down there, you can throw in Reese McGuire from the left side, right? Going to be a loaded left-handed lineup here that I really like to target in this spot just because against lefties this year, 596 xFIP. Unreal. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And now we get him on the road where he struggles even more. Everything here points me to wanting to fade Christian Javier today. And I'm going to continue to do it. And this Red Sox team is just on one right now, right? Completely up and down this lineup, have been playing extremely well. And I really want to see what they can do against Javier in Boston. Short porch to right. right? And now you got Chris Sale on the bump. I think Chris Sale goes a little bit deeper in this game. I know they gave him about 80 pitches in the last one, but this is his third start back, right? This is about that time where you let the reins go a little bit. He's going to have a double start this week. I told you I have him in fantasy, but this guy's getting a lot of swings and misses. He had 9 Ks in his matchup against the Astros last time out. I think he continues to get better and better each start. And in Boston tonight, I just think this Red Sox offense is just going to be a little bit too much for Javier. And if they get ahead, I want to see them just continue to put on runs in Boston here to take care of that full game.
Yeah, no, I like these spots a lot. I mean, I was going to talk about Duvall in the long shot section a little bit as well. So we were on the same page right there as well. That's fair. There's a lot of hot hitters in baseball. Okay, sometimes you throw out your little expression, and it's pretty. They're comparable, right? They're both insanely hot right now. I'll let you have this one though. But I do obviously love the analysis right here. We've talked about Javier a lot. He's kind of the same guy he was last year, just minus 10% strikeout rate. And that kind of throws everything away, right? That kind of messes up your whole game when that is how you function. You killed it with those lefty-righty splits right here. I mean, Boston is not the team you want to face when you can't get lefties out. We know that. You talked about it last show. It was shown true there. I think it'll be shown true again. I like that you're doubling up on it too, right? We're going Javier with one fade because they both can hit in different situations as well, right? You don't necessarily need them to depend on each other, but you do get that correlation that we love to talk about here.
Exactly. Yeah, you can definitely get under the Ks and then lose still. So another spot where I go plus money and one with a little bit of juice, but definitely want to continue that trend because we have been splitting, but we haven't been losing, right? We haven't been losing money. A lot of breaking even on the show here for me lately. You had plus money on your first one. I like this next spot here. Obviously, like I said, we want to keep this one rolling just because we don't want the tech to continue to get in our way here. So take it away, Stu.
Yeah, no, we're going Adley Rutschman to score a run, minus 140 here. You know, I don't love playing the juice, but I really do love this prop right here. I was talking before the show. They don't have the run scored in the same game parlay option, unfortunately, on DraftKings. If you do want to parlay this, you can with Grayson Rodriguez 4 strikeouts for minus or for even money, exactly, which if you don't like playing juice at all, that's what my pivot would be right here. But I do love betting on Adley in this matchup, right? What's the number one thing with Adley, right? From day one, since he entered this league, I think the number one thing that we've kind of appreciated about him is that this guy has pretty much the best batter's eye we've seen out of any new prospect immediately since Juan Soto, right? And I mean, they're pretty comparable in that facet, right? If we know Adley sees the ball extremely well, he took walks from like his first at bat, right? So we love that. Kopech is the ultimate walk machine right here. And what we like about that, 4 walks in 2 straight outings. Sorry, he has 3+ in at least 5 of his last 8 coming in here. We really don't like to see that, obviously, if you're a fan of the White Sox. But if you're a batter prop fan, what's the number one thing you need, right, to score a run? You need to get on base right here. We know this Orioles offense is absolutely moving. The thing I like to take advantage of here is that Kopech, the walks and the home runs are the biggest problem, right? We know the strikeouts can be there. We know he does have these spike outings, but it's one of those situations where I want to take advantage of the 2 things that he's forced at. He walks a lot of people and he gives up a lot of power. If that's going to happen anywhere, I think it's going to happen at the top of this lineup with all these guys that we talk about, Santander, Mountcastle, O'Hearn, these guys that are hitting absolute bombs out here. We want to take advantage of that. Adley's going to be at the top of that order, whether he gets on through a hit, whether he gets on through a homer or a walk. I think we're going to have multiple opportunities to take advantage of this. The other good thing is Kopech was injured last outing. He got pulled pretty early. This White Sox bullpen over the last 30, 25th in FIP, 27th in ERA, and at like 29th in hard hit rate coming in. So this is a bullpen that we obviously want to take advantage of. If he's not making it deep into this game, I think that's actually even better for us right here. Yeah, no, and I'm kind of disappointed, man. You named off all these lefties, but where's my Gunnar Henderson love, bro? He's going to be in that 2-hole against a righty. They do that little switch there where Austin Hayes moves to the 4-hole. And they mix it up a little bit, moving Mountcastle to the 2, getting Gunnar into the 5-hole. But obviously against the righty, you're going to see him in the 2. Obviously really, 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 really bad power numbers allowed for Kopech against lefties. And you're going to have 3 guys who can leave the yard immediately at the top there in Rutschman, Gunnar, and Santander. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day to be an Orioles fan. My only issue with them winning the game is just Batista not at the end, dude. You threw Cano the last 2 games. Tough. It's a tough pill to swallow there. So I think we go right into our recap here, Stu. Are you good with posting your long shot on the comment section? You go with that? Oh, yeah. I have 2 round robins today, too. I got a lot. So make sure to check those comments, all that stuff, Twitter, Discord, all those places. But yeah, we'll go right into the recap.
Beautiful.
Started out second hottest hitter in baseball, apparently, I've been told. Julio Rodriguez, over 1.5 total bases. That's plus 100, surprisingly, over on DraftKings Sportsbook. Then we got Adley Rutschman to score a run. That is minus 140 over on BetMGM. And like I said, if you don't want to play any juice, you can get it at even money with Grayson Rodriguez 4Ks at FanDuel. I think that's a very good alternative as well.
And before I get into my recap here, Mike, what is DraftKings doing with Grayson Rodriguez, bro? They can't get – he was 6,100 last time, and now he's been just nuking dudes, and they're going to keep him under 8K? He's 7,500 today, man. Oh, my God. He's going to be chalk. Probably 50% owned. People want to play these Braves. I'm not even going to play tonight. I'm not even playing tonight because Braves are going to be like 50% owned. Holy shit. Against Austin Gomber. Speaking of Austin Gomber, no win for you tonight, sir. And Javier under 5.5 Ks. And I'm going to be rolling with the Red Sox double. Red Sox, first 5 full game at plus 125. I think it's great value. I would take both separately anyway, so why not just get the plus money and not have that much money exposed on that? So really like the Red Sox today. I talked about the same thing with Lance Lynn last time. You can't struggle getting lefties out against these guys, man. Just so much lefty power, so much platoon advantage everywhere, too. They have switched up in the bottom of that order as well, so really like the Red Sox today. Stu, I know this is quicker. We're still over 20 minutes. Still got it out here for the guys. Got here for the fam here on Pass the Prop. What do you got for the people before we head out today?
Hey, man, quicker doesn't mean worse. I thought this was a good show today. I thought we got 4 very nice props out there. Like I said, we'll have long shots posted in the comments a little bit later, as well as probably a nice quote tweet around, 5 p.m. EST over on Twitter. So make sure to follow all that. Join the Discord if you want. A lot of smart people in there. NFL season right around the corner. I've got some announcements soon. I'm going to be doing shows on Sundays, on Thursdays. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff this upcoming NFL season, as well as Pass the Prop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Super pumped for all that. Make sure you're tuning in and, ready to cash some tickets.
Yeah, I've been doing way too many best balls. I'm really excited to get into it again and talk some football with you. I think we're talking about having Wednesday show be an NFL show. We might just sprinkle a few MLB plays in there to start out. Just a quick analysis of the stuff for that day. It's usually smaller slates on Wednesdays anyway. So should be easy to pop in there, get that in, and then get you guys in some NFL stuff. I know we want to do some props. The books are finally releasing everything, right? The leaders and all that stuff. We did a great MLB one to start the year. A lot of them still have life, if not cashed in already. Shout out Luis Castillo for throwing a one-hitter in his last outing, getting that dub. We need Garrett Cole to get blown up by the fucking Tigers. God damn, Tigers. You better turn this off, man. We got the Dodgers and Tigers. Never thought I'd be saying that I'm a fan of you. You guys know I hate the Tigers for what they did with their landscaping and not putting out the tarp and not even raining, but canceling the game and just screwing me out of some money there. So we hate the Tigers, but hey, this is your chance. This is your chance to wake up and make us some money here on Pass the Prop. Light up Garrett Cole. Let's go Kerry Carpenter. Let's go Torkelson. Let's see some nukes. Come on, baby. In Detroit, facing off against Cole. Obviously, we have that Luis Castillo ticket we want to cash. And obviously, we're cheering for the Dodgers tonight to get Gallen's ERA up a little bit there. So thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for watching it with our little difficulties in this spot. But we'll be back Wednesday. Drop maybe a couple MLB spots, maybe 1 or 2. But we'll be there with some NFL stuff. Really excited to talk some props with you, Stu. Obviously, we talk about it on our own a little bit there, but it's time to include the people in on those. So appreciate you, and we will see you guys Wednesday. Make sure you guys check in to know what time we are going live. Have those notifications on Twitter. Any questions, hit the DMs. Make sure to check for them long shots, guys. They'll be out soon on the comments of this video. So have a good one, and we'll see you on Wednesday.